June 6, 1944, D-Day, the day thousands of brave Allied soldiers stormed the beaches of Normandy, marking a turning point in World War II. But beyond the historic photos and famous strategies, there are stories seldom told, personal, harrowing, and inspiring accounts from the men who were there. Today we're taking you inside D-Day with untold stories from World War II veterans, in their own words. The mission was daunting. Over 156,000 Allied troops were tasked with breaching Nazi-occupied France. Veterans remember the weight of it, their lives, their families, and the world's future all hinging on the success of this operation. For many, D-Day would become the most terrifying day of their lives.
We jumped out before dawn. I remember that cold air, the smell of fuel, the noise of the engines, so loud you couldn't hear your own voice. We knew there was no going back. If we missed our mark, we could end up miles from where we needed to be.
The beaches, Omaha, Utah, Gold, Juneau, and Sword, were where some of the bloodiest combat occurred. As landing crafts opened, soldiers faced machine gun fire, mortar explosions, and minefields. Veterans describe Omaha Beach as a nightmare.
I was a medic, and that beach, I'll never forget the cries, the sand soaked with blood. You'd get to one wounded man, and there'd be another 5 right beside him. We were just kids, really. But we had a job, and we couldn't let ourselves feel fear.
The bravery wasn't just in combat. Many soldiers took on extraordinary acts of courage to save others. Artillerymen kept firing under relentless attacks. Medics ran into the open to help the wounded, and communication officers risked their lives to keep orders flowing.
I remember one guy, he was barely 19, jumped in front of me to take out a German gun nest so the rest of us could advance. He didn't make it. I still think about him, how he gave his life for us.
D-Day was more than a single event. It was part of Operation Overlord, a massive campaign that took months to prepare. Intelligence officers, code breakers, and resistance fighters were all essential, gathering intel and creating strategies to mislead the Germans about the invasion location.
We were constantly on alert, listening, gathering. If even one bit of information fell into enemy hands, the entire mission could be compromised. We knew D-Day was the beginning, but we also knew it was just the start of a long road.
Today, many of these veterans return to Normandy. The beaches are quiet now, and the bunkers are relics, but the memories live on. For these men, D-Day is more than a page in history. It's a part of them, woven into their lives forever.
It's hard to explain what it feels like to come back here, to see where we fought, to remember those who didn't make it. I think about my friends, the ones who sacrificed everything, and I just feel grateful. Grateful we did what we had to do.
D-Day remains one of history's most remarkable acts of courage and sacrifice. For those who served, it was a test of everything: strength, loyalty, and love for freedom. As we remember these untold stories, we honor those who fought for a future they could only imagine, and a peace we continue to cherish.